That should be there. Well, I'm just making a cup of tea and then we'll be ready to go. Right, we'll be getting started any second, guys. Kettle's just about to boil, and my tea will be ready, and then we can get on with the stream. Hopefully you can hear that. I've got no idea. Kettle's boiling, pretty much. There's the boil. Alright, if you notice, I have to use a glove to use this kettle because that steam is crazy. Let's try not to spill it all over my computer. Awesome. Right. Spill the lid tiny bit. Okay. Alright, that's going to be too hot for a moment, so let's get on with the stream. Yeah. Let's turn this music off. Okay, right, welcome back, guys. Let's sort the microphone out there. Right, we're going to be carrying on with our rocket. So I wrote down a little note yesterday. KSC pad landing. So that is the goal, to land on the pad today. So we're gonna give it a go. I'm gonna make a couple of changes because last night when we finished the stream we weren't getting where we wanted to go. So I'm gonna make a couple of changes. We're gonna try and land in Africa again on the on our legs and our propulsive landing, and then we'll go for our KSC pad landing. I think that might, given how the last few streams have gone, probably take the whole stream to get to that stage. So what did I need to actually change? So I haven't come in here today at all. Was it thrust? Good there. That was good. We got killer thrust to weight ratio, don't we? Yeah, second stage is 10. That's actually absolutely insane. I love that stage 2 has got 666. That's pretty cool. So yeah, if I remember correctly, we had enough thrust. We had enough to get into orbit, didn't we? It was just me messing up the timing of the actual landing. So let's go straight for a launch and let's see how that pans out for us. Should turn my microphone up actually, shouldn't I? That would be a good idea. And that up as much as we can. Hey Meredith, how's it going? We're about to launch a massive rocket. And I have tea. There's such a delay on the camera to what I'm doing. It's insane. Have you got any ideas that I could do, Meredith? I don't know if you know what the plan is, but I'm planning to land the capsule that's inside this thing, like SpaceX lands their boosters, but not land in the booster, just land in the capsule. You should see. Hopefully. I've been pretty crap at this game the last couple of nights. So that camera. There we go, lift off. What do you think about the name of the rocket? Black Rod. Fuck me, that's hot. Jesus Christ. Booster separates. Already got enough velocity to get up to our height. Yikes. Is that yikes at the name of the rocket? Black Rod. You wait until you see how fast this second stage goes. It's crazy. You'd die if you were actually in that rocket. It would just smash you up against the back of the seat and you'd be crushed. Jesus Christ. When I was going to name some parts of the rockets and stuff after people. Do you want the first name? Because I can't keep this as Black Rod. I did that when I didn't think people were actually going to watch the stream. Hey C, how's it going? Nice to see you back, man. Or maybe you're like, I don't know. I just automatically call people man unless I can see that they're not a man. It's probably not a subject I should talk about that, so I should learn from last night. Look at the speed on that. This looks cool. Thanks, Meow. Let's play. Add big in front of it. Big Black Rod. Right, let's check the apoapsis. We've gone past it again. And we're about to... Says we're in orbit, or almost in orbit, and that's correct as well. So we are, yes, brilliant. This is good. Right, so we should be in orbit now. I can hit SAS, switch us retrograde. The vehicle's purpose is still the same as last night, so we're going to land this capsule on these legs here, and these thrusters are going to burn as we land, so it's going to be like a propulsive landing. So you're trying to land the command pod like the original design for Crew Dragon. Yeah. Was that the way it was going to land? I didn't know if it actually had parachutes or not, because I've not filled parts out. It's still very empty. But yeah, the plan is to land it on its legs with a little landing burn just before. And what I've got to do now is concentrate on getting us coming down over land somewhere. So I've got to be really gentle with the thrust. We're facing retrograde. Let's get this up so I can see it. It was going to land with small engines. Ah, right. And did they change that to be with parachutes? Right, let's go for this. That's it, right there. I'm going to really try and overshoot it, because yesterday we were so far off. Ready to detach this, I believe. Okay. Everything is looking nominal. Okay. See, the other plan for this, once I could do that version now, actually, I was going to make a version with floats on it, because even though it does actually float just by itself, I did want to put some little floating rings on it, so it's something to do. Right, I'm going to speed this up here a little bit. Not too much. How's everyone doing? Where's everybody from? It's really interesting to know where everyone's from. It's really nice that you all join me as well on a Friday night. Play some space. From Arkansas in the USA. Oh, I think you did say that last night, didn't you? Arkansas, we talked about where people were from in that stream. I displayed my terrible American geography. I was just searching for KSP and this came up. That's awesome. Nice to know that I'm being found in the search. That's cool. I'm going to keep fast forwarding this because we got quite a way to go yet. As much as I can. Do you play KSP, Meow? Or is it a game you're looking to get into? I never even searched. Just what SpaceX related content occasionally, and the stream popped up on my homepage last night. Relatively close to the top of the page. That's good to know. That's really good to know. As I said last night, I've been really reluctant to do live streams because my sort of content creation style is much more geared towards recording things, having it all scripted and editing it and making it all sort of concise and stuff. So I thought like doing long live streams is like, I'll mess up all the time and I won't be able to edit out all the annoying things that I do. But it's been the last 3 nights it's been like really good. The first time I've ever had viewers doing live streams. I think it feels like we're building a really nice little group here. I'll get onto some stuff later. I was thinking about, I might as well talk about it now while we got time. So I do have a Discord channel that I've never used. I've never like shared it, I don't think. So I was thinking we could I could share that. I'll put that up somewhere at some point and we could join that and chat in there if people want to chat. I could put the information up for when I'm going to be live streaming and stuff, so everybody could get a notification sort of at the same time and like that sort of thing. I want to do other things where we like watch and react to space related content. I've recorded the intro today for doing a reaction to the latest Starship catching thing, but I didn't actually record the video because I was tired from last night. So, but I've got the intro done and I've got all the footage ready, so I'll be doing that in the next day or two. I've made a couple of videos. Oh, okay, awesome. I'll give your channel a check out after I finish this stream, or at some point in the next day or two. So I love watching KSP content. I'm always looking for inspiration about what to do and stuff, because I'll play for a bit and then I'll be like, I can't think of what to do now. Right, we need to, we're not coming down over the land again, are we? Oh, but we were so close. If I'd have been taking notice, I could have burnt over here and then we'd probably have been fine. Right. Well, I'll show everybody what the plan is, so you can all see and just imagine that the sea is land again, like last night. So we're coming down. I'll put the gears out now. Now we can see there's the gear and the grid fins. Grid fins actually don't stabilize us. I really think that they destabilize us when we start doing this little burn, but it seems to be alright. It seems to be okay. If you plan on building a community around your content, a Discord would be a good place to start for sure. Got to be careful with how some people would act though. Yeah, because I've rarely used Discord. Honestly, I got it a couple of years ago. I got an account and messed around with it a little bit, but then never touched it. Oh, hang on, we got to hit land somewhere. Let's see the. Just imagine that the sea is land, and you'll see the magic happen. Hopefully. I didn't fire the actual engine, did I? That was the problem. Oh dear. Right, okay, well, we've got to redo that anyway, so let's revert back to launch. Also, if you want it to be precise when you land, I recommend using Kerbal operating system. Is that like an auto? What does that do? Tell me what that does. Oh, sugar. Oh, what if I just clicked there by accident? Okay, we went back to the thing. I'd be doing way worse. I might grab this game in a bit, to be honest. I recommend getting it. It's really fun. I watched it for a long time before I played it. Well, I watched a few videos. And I didn't like it at first, and then it kept popping up on my YouTube, and I couldn't find anything else to watch, so I kept watching it. And then I was like, you know what, this might actually be interesting. I might actually be able to get into it, because it seemed daunting to me. That's the only thing. It looked fun, but it seemed daunting to get into it all. But it's really not. Oh, that's such a nice cup of tea. I just want to down that. There we go, and the massive thrust to weight ratio. You script the rocket and it does the code, but the coding language isn't too hard, but it's basically just a programming mod. Ah, right, I think somebody said something about that in the stream last night, I believe. So I'll write all these things down, because I didn't do that last night. So, because I'm not too familiar with coding, but if it's not too hard, then I'm okay with that. Kerbal operating mod. Yeah, because I don't hold up too many hopes of this being accurate enough to actually land on the launch pad just yet, or land back on the launch pad. So I do expect that I might need some other mods, so that's fine with me. I wonder how well it runs on Linux with mods and such. I honestly wouldn't know, but all I can say is that it runs really good on my computer. Oh, I forgot to put my specs up again. I've got a 1660 Super. I've only got 16 gigabytes of RAM. This is running off a normal hard drive, and my CPU is like, I think it's 2.8, and it can boost up to 3.6 or something. So it's not that great, and it's only 6 cores, I think. So I haven't got the best computer in the world. It cost £1,000 about 4 years ago. So it might take a while to learn, but I landed a booster in the middle of the launch pad. It took me hours. I can imagine it took hours. Have you got that on your channel? Did you put that on a video? That would be cool to see. I love watching that. Anyone doing that sort of thing in this game. This is why I'm doing this sort of mission and not using parachutes. It's nice that we've worked out enough of the problems with the launch again, so I can just chat a little bit more and take less notice. Hey Chris, how's it going, man? You alright? Good to see you back. We're literally just waiting for me to not mess up the burn back into the atmosphere. So last time I set it to land about here and we still just missed. So I'm going to set it to come down like far back around here, and then we shouldn't miss at all, hopefully. Alright, we're in orbit. Whoops. Retrograde. No, I used to do a different game. I just transitioned to KP not too long ago. Ah, right, okay. What game was that? Because I had a little go with, what was it called? Simple Rockets? And they might have changed the name of it to something Juno, or Juno Rockets or something like that. I thought that was quite a cool game. That's is it like a mobile game that got ported over to the PC or something? I'm not sure. Right, so we're going to try and aim for it about here. Let's try and put that back a bit. So I think that's about where we were last time. About there. Hopefully we won't skip off the atmosphere. I don't know if you actually can. I've never done it. Right, retrograde. And I'm going to keep this attached for quite a long while until we get lower down this time, so we don't lose too much velocity, I think. Roblox. A pretty good day, other than the fact my brother broke his ankle a couple of hours ago. Oh mate, that's terrible. Is he okay? I've never broken a big bone in my body. I dislocated this little finger here and never went to the A&E or anything, and it just healed like with a lump. And that was the worst bone break thing I ever did, really. You just see a little difference there. It's still fine, it doesn't hurt or anything. It's very cringe, but maybe try when you're on orbit. Make a quick save and then keep loading until you get it, mate. Yeah, I said that the other day, didn't I? That was one of my ideas, and I was like, I completely forgot about doing that. I'm going to save that now. Save game. Quick save 1, 2, just to make sure. Sound okay. Good thinking. That's the kind of stuff I like. When you remind me of the obvious things. I need a bit of that. Let's fast forward a little bit. So we get to the space line. And then I'm just going to wait until we're just about re-entry heating. And then I'm going to dump the tank, well, based on where this line is. So we've got to come over it quite a bit more. It's going to be... It's not going to be long. I think that's good. He's doing good. I dropped him off at the hospital and they're taking care of it. He jumped out of the bed and over a truck and rolled and snapped it. Oh. Oh. That sounds terrible, man. I can't, because I've never done anything like that, I can't imagine what that's like. But one of my friends years ago, we were playing football and his foot rolled over the ball and he landed on this curb somehow and he snapped his shin like in half, and the shin was poking out of, I'm sorry this is really graphic, but was poking out of his flesh basically, and it was, when he saw it he passed out. He wasn't even in pain, he just saw the wound and was like gone. Oh, that was horrible to see. That was. I think if you keep doing more KSP, you'll earn a subscriber from me. Awesome, man. There's I'm going to be doing streams pretty much, I want to say every day, but I'm probably going to have one night off a week. But other than that, pretty much every night, I suppose. Same time. It seems to be a good time. Ooh. You've never broken a bone either. Yeah, I just can't imagine. I can't imagine how that would feel, and I never want to. I never want to. This was bad enough, and it was only, I think, a dislocation. That hurt for a few weeks, that did. I couldn't move it or anything. And then one day it just didn't hurt, and I could move it and bend it, and it was fine. It was like, wow. I remember when I was little, I fell down, when I was probably about 4, I fell down the stairs trying to run down the stairs like my sister did. She was older than me. And I just flew forward down the stairs and smashed my head straight into our front door. Like, I was flying forwards down the stairs, and I swear my feet were just up behind me. And I remember hitting my head, and then I don't remember anything for like 3 days after that. I was just in orbit. I've just done a deorbiting burn to get us coming back into the atmosphere. KSP2's wobbly rocket. What is that? His ankle, the wobbly rocket? KSP2 is dead. Yeah. I'm so sad about that. Like I started saying last night and I didn't finish. I really hope there is another game like this down the road somewhere, whether it be something along the lines of that Simple Rockets game or something. Because I can't imagine not having a game like this in my life. I can't imagine people not having the opportunity to get into a cool game that's like updated and relevant and stuff. So like I said last night, this game's really old now. Was it 2011 this was released? And it still pretty much holds up with quite a few mods. It's still graphically lovely. It's just a bit frustrating that you have to add so many mods to make it look like that. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Wait, who am I? I love seeing people's different names and stuff. The more random the better. I've had problems with my left knee since I was a teenager. It likes to pop out. Oh no, man. Oh. My worst fear in life is, you know, when your leg locks straight. My worst fear in life is your leg bending the other way, so your knee goes in. That's made me sweat instantly. I can't think about that at all. Anything to do with knees, it freaks me out so much. I like to pop out every so often. Luckily it hasn't happened for a long time. Yeah, I hope that don't happen to you ever again, mate. Still doing the mission where you have to get back to the launch site. Yeah, that will be the plan. Right now I'm just going for Africa, just to demonstrate it on actual land, because we haven't actually made that target yet, I realised. Right, I'm going to dump this now, and hopefully we'll lose enough velocity to bring us round about here somewhere, in between there and there. If not, I can slow us down with a little bit of mono propellant, and I must remember to fire that. That's fired. So we're all good to go. Everything's nominal. To snap it back into place. Do you know, once when I was angry, I punched something and my knuckle up here seemed to go way back here, and I sort of, without even thinking about it, pulled it back down, and it sort of felt like it locked into place, but I don't know what happened because it was so swollen I couldn't really see. There's no chance KSP3 happens. As that of the people that were making KSP, have they actually just fully gone out of business and like liquidated, or do they still exist? I don't know if I would trust that them again though, honestly, because they really did a fast one with this game. They really promised a lot, and they must have known that so much wasn't there or wasn't able to be done. It's a little bit like City Skylines in a way as well, but City Skylines has got the backing behind it, at least I think, to get it to where it needs to be. So that's one bonus for that game. I feel like they would rebrand it as KSP2, but for real this time, hopefully. After you land the crew capsule, you could, as a challenge, try to land the booster. Yeah, that's an option as well. I said last night I want to do that. I'd really like to do that. I do think that I'm going to need one of those mods like like somebody else said, Kerbal operating mod, or what was the other one, trajectories mod or something like that. I think done sort of the same, something similar. I don't have it, no, that's tracking or something, isn't it? Right, how are we looking? We're losing that. I think we're going to be good, you know. I think this is going to work this time. And we're going to have a sunset too. Sort of, I think. The only way we get a new game like this is a new studio. Yeah. Yeah. If it would actually live up to the KSP name, it would probably have a lot of mod creators joining in. Yeah, it's very similar to the City Skylines situation in ways, because that game is so heavily dependent on mods. It's the modders that make it, I think, and you at the very least you have to make your base game as, you know, able to receive mods as possible, because those are the people that are going to carry on the longevity of your game in the end with things like this. And I used to be really against that sort of put out a bare bones game and then let people mod it and stuff, but you do get to get a game that you want that way. Like, you get a lot closer to a game you want that way. So I kind of agree with it now. I think I might know an issue with your propulsion landing engines. Go ahead, let me know. If you're going to say that I've got the landing legs inside them. that's one problem. BeamNG is an example, though they really do put a lot of work into the base game. Do you know what? I still haven't bought that game, and I watch probably every month. I go into a phase of watching a whole day of BeamNG crashes, just compilations of crashes. I just watch that all day, and I think, you know, I want to get that game. I want to get it, and then I never do. Maybe I'll get it if it's ever on like a huge offer or something. I love the physics in games. It's very, very fun, and the physics in that game look awesome. Are you just testing the ability to land right now and then add another stage to get it all the way around the Earth later? Yeah. This has got just enough. It's like the tiniest little fraction enough to get into orbit, but it's not a round orbit, and I can't really mess with it much, so I'm gonna have to redesign the upper tank, I think, but the lower, that's absolutely fine. We've got way too much thrust, really. on that stage, so that's good for pretty much anything. We could add a lot more weight to the upper stage and still have that push us up into a decent height, I think. Yeah, getting close to the atmosphere. Here we come. Let's see where we're going. See, it loses so much velocity. We've missed it again. So I'm gonna have to keep a hold on to that tank until we get to literally here where we start burning up, which was my plan before, but I got a bit ahead of myself, I think. So that'll be the plan. Anyway, this time I've fired the monopropellant engine, so we should see we should see the landing properly. I am playing with RSS yet, but not like Real Fuels or Realism Overhaul, or it's a mod called Smurf, I think, which changes the values of the fuel and stuff in the engines. Maybe make another quick save since you're getting so close. Oh yeah, quick save. Ah no, wait, I'll do that on the next run, because I'm going to have to load up the last quick save. But yeah, thanks for reminding me of that, because I probably was just going to switch straight back to the relaunch again. Yeah, no, we have no parachutes. We're purely going for the thrusters to give us a safe landing. And we've got landing legs, of course. Right, that's the hottest part of the heating coming up. That's done. Should be getting some sonic booms now. Yep. Alright. We've practically landed in exactly the same place as last time, haven't we? It's exactly where we were last time. I have an idea where you make that capsule dockable to a space station and do space station missions. Yeah, that's also going to be part of this whole capsule design. So somebody said last night we're going to have to move these fins down a little bit so we can open this up and dock with the space station, because they're a little bit too high. So that'll be on the cards as well. And as I said in the very beginning of the stream, I might as well start naming. I was going to start naming the rockets after like viewers, so, and subscribers and stuff like that. So we'll get into that too. We're going to rename this rocket the Meredith 1 because Meredith was the first person into the stream tonight. If she's still here, are you still here, Meredith? Say hey. Right, here we go. Land anywhere, land somewhere. And let's go there. Nearly forgot to do that. Here we go. I love how it just hovers there for a second and drops it in. Right, okay, I'll reload. reload that save. That was it, wasn't it? Quick save one. I did 1, 2. Yeah. Right, yeah, we're going to keep hold of this one for a lot longer. We are 155, let's speed up. So this time we're going to drop that right before we start heating up. Have you seen the 10% Science Korea KSP YouTuber? No, I've not seen that. He's been going for like a month and he's only minimalist phase. See, I'd never catch up with him if I was doing that. This has taken so long. I really, when I started doing these streams, I thought by the end of the first stream, we'd have this rocket made and done and in orbit, and you know, it's practically good. We just got to do this one phase, get back on the pad, and then we can start developing it for some different kind of missions. And I'll be taking all your suggestions on board, and then I think there's quite a lot of suggestions for doing a space station, so I'm definitely up for doing that. And someone said in the stream last night about moon missions, I think we could pretty much adapt this capsule to a moon lander, so I'll do that as well, though these goals are gonna be long in advance, I think. I like this, so now I'm subscribed. Thank you, man, that means loads. I hope you do enjoy the content, and as I said last night, it's like a variety channel, so I've got loads of different types of content. Do go and check some other stuff out. You might like some stuff. Do a lot of urbex, so I've done a lot of urbex videos in the past. A few different gaming things I tried out in the past. Do you have Starship expansion project? I'm pretty sure that's installed. I think, I'm not sure, but I think that's where this engine came from. But I've definitely got the Starship model in here with all the flaps and stuff that you can put together. I've definitely got that in here. Are you able to add another booster stage to help you get further? Yes. I mean, I can make that, even if I need to, make the first stage bigger. And I can increase the diameter of these tanks, or I could increase the diameter of this tank. Because you can change the shape of the tanks as well. You can have like a cone shaped tank, so you can make any adapter shape you want, really. So it's pretty simple. Need to make sure we're facing retrograde. Right, this time we are coming back in. All right. I didn't even oh no, because I loaded a quick save, didn't I? Think Jamie, think. How good is your computer? Because this mod pack looks beefy. It's not that great. I said 1660 Super. I'm not sure what the CPU model is. It's an i5. I'm not sure the exact model, but it's only like a 6-core 6-core 2.8 up to 3.6, I think, and then a 1660 Super GPU with 16 gigabytes of RAM. It's pretty old. Like, it's like 4 years old now, and it wasn't the best back then, but it was pretty good. I can run all the games I play that are about 2 or 3 years old. I can run all those in high settings, most of them 60 FPS, so that's pretty much good enough for me. Although now I've got a really big 4K monitor in front of me, and I really want to use the 4K, so I'm trying one day to update my GPU and stuff. So I want to take advantage of that. But this system does actually let me play some games in 4K 60 FPS, like Surviving Mars. I can play that in 60 FPS 4K. What was the other one I was playing recently? What was it? I can't remember now. Planet Zoo maybe, but I don't think that was in high settings on Planet Zoo. I can think that's the only other game I've played recently, so it must be that. I'll show you the mod pack just before we've got plenty of time here. So this is all the mods I've got installed, and as I said yesterday, most of these are dependencies for about 10 different mods or so. So I installed 10 mods that I thought were like really necessary, and then all the different things that come with it, and just some little like flag packs and things like that. So that's everything. There are quite a lot of mods there, aren't there? Like I said, it does take about half an hour for my computer to start this game up, to load all the patches in. So that takes ages, but once it's running, it's fine. It's pretty good. You could technically make moon landing with those parts. Yeah, I think so. It's just going to be about getting the Delta V up, which shouldn't really be a problem. Where are we now? Right, let's give it a go now. Okay, I'll fast forward a little bit more. What I'm going to do is burn right now, isn't it? Just burn the last of my fuel and slow down as much as I can. Don't know how much that's going to alter things, but that might be good. Let's drop the tank and let's fire the mine propellants and stop it and stop it. Thank you. Still got plenty enough to land, and hopefully that's going to be quite a bit better this time. It's quite the list of mods. It is. But as I said, a lot of them are dependencies. And even though my computer takes a long time to load them up, they're not that big. They're not like massive files or anything like that. I have a 1440p monitor with an RTX 3080 and a 780 it's 3D. But I prefer high refresh rate. I find 2K to be kind of best of both worlds. Yeah, I'd even be fine with 2K, to be honest. 1080p is getting a little bit outdated now, isn't it? There's a hell of a lot more content that's in 4K, and I have to admit, I much prefer watching stuff in 4K. Who doesn't, I think? And playing games in 4K, it just looks instantly like better. So I only have like 11 mods. Yeah, that's what I started with when I started this playthrough. I just put a few cosmetic mods in and stuff, and then added some clouds, and then I was like, I want more of a challenge now. And then the number of mods you have to keep installing just keeps going up and up and up. I've seen 4K and it's gorgeous. Yeah, it's. Well, I think when I was able to play Surviving Mars in 4K, I was like, man, I really now want to play other games in 4K because it just instantly looks so much better. I think we're going to miss this as well, aren't we? Can I give it a little bit of blast of that just to try and slow us down a bit more? That's still enough to land. I think we're going to be going into the sea though, again. Over 100 mods. Oh man, so many mods. This is what I was saying about, sad about KSP2 being cancelled, because it's nice to have like just basic things like clouds and you know, your atmospheric lighting and stuff like that just baked into the game, so you don't have to rely on mods. But still have 1080p. Yeah, it's still alright. I think in like 5 years 1080p will probably be like, what's the word, obsolete, I think. Yeah, and then we'll be moving on to 8K and 16K and God knows what else is going to come. How much clearer can it get, you know? How much more detail can I see with my actual eyes? I started with a Toshiba satellite. I used to have a Toshiba satellite laptop with a Gen i3. I had one of those Toshiba satellite laptops, and I could only use it for Word documents and stuff like that. They wouldn't do anything else. It was so slow. It was second hand as well. Whoever had it before me just trashed the insides of that PC with God knows what. Got to start somewhere. Yeah, it's a real privilege for me to have this PC, because I went a hell of a long time being really underpowered in the PC I had, because I just used my family's PC, which was just a family PC, you know, not meant for gaming or anything. And I'd put some upgrades in them, put some extra RAM in or something, but it was never good enough for gaming. And then when I finally got this PC and I could actually play all my old games in great graphics, I was like, oh yeah, brilliant. I wish I could afford the BlackRack's volumetrics cloud mod. It looks so good. Yeah, that's my plan, to get that. I was thinking about not doing the live streams until I'd got that mod, but it's just I gotta play. So I am going to get that mod within the next month, within the next 3 weeks sort of time, because I think that's. I wish it wasn't paid. I keep seeing it when I look at mods for KSP, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go and get that mod. Where's the link? And it goes to Patreon, and I'm like, no, I don't. It's not that I don't want to pay for it. It's just it's not that viable to pay for it at the moment. We were so close. Look, I can't believe that. I've done everything. Gear down. No. Thank you. Oh, no. That's what I wanted to see. There we go. There are no free alternatives. No, sadly not. It's the only option if you want proper volumetric clouds. They do look so good though. I think with that and the other visual mods that are like pretty much standard on the mod scene, it makes KSP1 look like KSP2 in most ways. It adds all that clarity and all that beautiful atmospherics and stuff. And for me, I love flight simulator games. I've played those all my life. And the feeling of going through volumetric clouds is just on a different level. So I'm definitely going to get that mod. So even if you can't afford it, so I'll get it, and you can at least watch us play with it. And you can have some direction in what we do as well, so it kind of feels like you're having a go with it, you know. Right, I'm going to try that one more time, and if we don't do it, then I'm just going to go back into the VAB and start making our adjustments, because we know it works. I just really want to see it land on the land, that's all. Load save 12. Yeah, environmental visual enhancements is what I've got installed. That's the clouds we've got now. But I think that Black Racks mod works with that, is if that's correct. I'm not entirely sure, but I think it's like a preset for that, I think. But correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't know. They really just need to make a better KSP1 and building a whole new game engine. Yeah, it's clear this game's got, this engine's still got a lot of potential. Like I just said, when you add that volumetric clouds, and you've got the other things that I've got in here, like Planet Shine and TUFX. I didn't even put this on yet, but it gives you a bit more pop. It looks really nice. I mean, it's still, the models still look absolutely brilliant. So yeah, I guess they wanted to make a new engine to accommodate for all the interstellar stuff, possibly, and the colonization stuff, which perhaps that is really hard to make on this engine, I can imagine, because this must be quite an old engine. So maybe that's the thing, but I guess they've got to please a lot of people, haven't they? So for me, necessarily, I wouldn't want to bother with all the interstellar stuff. I'd just like low Earth orbit missions to be really in depth and stuff like that, and like maybe a moon mission, or I'll tell you what we'll do as well. We'll put a satellite network around the Earth, so when we do go to the moon, we've got communications set ready as well. So that'll be another plan. That will be a lot quicker than this as well. We could probably do that in like one stream. Satellites. I feel like they could just update more frequently instead of making a new game. Yeah, I'd be happy to see him just continue developing this game a little bit more, to be honest, as well. So I agree with you on that, and especially patching all those old bugs. Yeah, I have to say though, I've been playing this now for 3 days. It's been running practically for 3 days. I've only had it off for like 6 hours a day at least. Because it takes so long to load up, it's like I might as well just leave it open if it's going to be okay. But it's pretty stable with all these mods and everything. I've, touch wood, not had a crash yet, which that's got to be good. So I think it is, at least it's stable on my system so far. I know a name for the satellite network. Yeah, go on, let us know the name, give us some suggestions. I usually give them boring names, like Satcom or something like that. Okay, when we get closer to the coast of Africa, I'm going to try burning a little bit again then. So I've saved a bit there. Because I really wanted to aim us back over here. Should I do that? Yeah, I'll do that. Let's race this prograde again. Lunar comms, yeah, I like that. That could be an option. Lunar comms. Let's write that down. I need to get a notepad. I'm writing on a tiny piece of cardboard. Lunar comms. I love the word Luna. I like, if I ever had a child and it was a girl, I'd want to call it Luna. Her Luna. It's such a nice name. A lovely word. Space web. I'll write all these suggestions down. But get a proper piece of paper. Oh crap. I do actually, I don't know if you can see, I put my NASA t-shirt on today. It's really faded, I've had it a long time, but it's there. Notebook's absolutely full of my niece's writing. She's just been writing nonsense in it. Lunar comms. Space web. There we go, don't lose the pen. I kind of want to make another cup of tea. Lunar comms, I'm liking that. Should it be a double M? Like communication. Not lunar comms as in lunar communists. Yeah, we could do that. We could do like a Soviet. We could make the rocket look like a Soviet rocket. That would be pretty cool. It's one thing I've never really looked at, you know, the Soviet space engineering. We had a couple of Russian guys in last night, didn't we? We didn't really talk about the Russian space program or anything like that. Soyuz rockets and what was their space station called? The Mir space station, wasn't it? Soviet stuff, it was really popular, wasn't it? A couple of years ago, every video you saw on YouTube was like Soviet staircase or a lost Soviet hairbrush or stuff like that. Stratolink. Oh yeah, I like the idea of having the link in it. Since we got the SpaceX logo as our mission flag. Stratolink. Maybe Moonlink. Lunar link. I like the idea of having link in it. Definitely like that. Comlink. I can mash them all together into one. Right, let's see where we are. No, I need to be facing. I was going to burn a bit more, wasn't I? Yeah. Ah, too much. Although the periapsis is so low, it will just come back in somewhere. got to be somewhere around there. Maybe it makes Starship HLS. Yeah, I liked the idea to do the what was it, the Artemis missions. That was a good idea, and because I like the look of that rocket. I like making pretty rockets. It's probably not evident from this rocket we made, but this wasn't supposed to be. We weren't supposed to be playing with this rocket for so long. Literally hours and hours now. But as I said yesterday, you know, this is the way I wanted to play it. I didn't want to just have everything ready and then I start the stream and we go launch and it all works perfectly. It's kind of supposed to mimic the SpaceX testing that we've been seeing recently, I guess, in a way. To try and, in a way, maybe recreate that excitement of, you know, oh, tomorrow we're testing this, and that will be exciting to see. I know it's not the same because it's only a game, but I get so excited when I know that Starship is about to launch again, or even any Falcon rocket is about to launch, Crew Dragon. I get really excited for it, and I can't wait, and I just want to watch stuff about space right up until that day, and then after that day, and watch all the analysis of it with like the Everyday Astronaut and stuff like that. How many people in the chat watch or subscribe to the Everyday Astronaut? Do you like his channel and his content? Because I love it. I can't get enough of it. Maybe SLS, yeah. I really like the look of the rocket. And I'm really like stuck in my ways with Kerbal and my designs of the rockets. Like, a lot of my stuff looks like this. And it's kind of like, I don't know, I don't want to do the same things all the time. I don't want to get stuck into, I want to keep the variation going, you know what I mean? I want to keep my creative abilities fresh. And not get stuck into the same pattern or mold every time. Let's try and speed up again and see what that does. Hopefully put us back over there a little bit. So really having to engineer where we're going to land, I think. So we're losing so much velocity there. Keep it there and see what that does. Right, literally about to start re-entry heating. Keep saying that. So as soon as I see them flames appear, that's when I'm gonna undock. Have you heard of NASA Spaceflight, the channel? Yeah. Sometimes I have to go to that channel if Everyday Astronaut stream isn't working or whatever. I'll switch between the two. Does anyone know if he's still on that mission to go to the moon? Because he won it, or they gifted him, didn't they? To go on the mission around, like a slingshot around the moon and back. I thought that was awesome, man. To be able to just get picked to go and do it. Oh man. I can't wait for the Clipper orbiter that Falcon Heavy launched the other day to get to Europa. Too bad it won't be to 2030. Yeah, I watched that launch as well. I love watching the Falcon Heavy take off. Like, that was the biggest thing, weren't it, until the new Starship. Hey Mr. Shelter, is that RSS with SpaceX kind of mod? Yeah, we got plain RSS with a mod called Smurf to take care of the engine and fuel values and stuff. And we got the Crew Dragon capsule that we've engineered to do a propulsive landing, and hopefully this time things are looking a lot better here. A hell of a lot better. We're definitely going to land over the land, I think. I might even... Hey, wait. We've lost our grid fins, guys. We've lost the grid fins. Hopefully it'll be alright, because I'm not sure they were doing much anyway. I think they were just creating a tiny little bit extra drag. They were really just there for aesthetics, really. When they caught the booster out of midair, that was, yeah, it was so good. So good. I can't believe they got it first time. I was, like I said yesterday, I was expecting that to blow that tower up, you know, to blow up next to the tower. At least once or twice, you know, you'd think that, wouldn't you? You'd think, given how many rockets they have blown up in their testing, that they wouldn't get it first time, but they did, and it looked so perfect. So perfect. Homemade documentaries, a one-way ticket to Liberia, yeah. We're slowing down a hell of a lot though. We've definitely made land. So there's that. Finally, it's taken bloody ages. Are there mods for landing Falcon 9 boosters? Yeah, somebody said, what was it called? Kerbal operating mod, where you can code your flight practically. And you can code the landing and everything like that. So I'm going to take a look at that tomorrow, do a little bit of research into that and some other mods that might make it a little bit easier. And I'll let everybody know the next time we're live what's happening. But that's definitely the plan. Definitely the plan. Yeah, I was expecting booster abort to just go into the ocean like Flight 4. Yeah, I really wasn't expecting it to make it on the first go. After normal KSP, that looks suspiciously high and slow. Yeah, the scale is so much bigger. It's so much more of a challenge when you jump up to the real solar system. Right, fire the monopropellant. Fire the engine even, and then we're going to have to do something about those grid fins at some point, because we can't, well, we don't need them, do we? Look how beautifully this is falling, and it's slowing down enough, I think, so it's going to be able to be stable when we fire these engines any second now. Here we go. Yes, beautiful. First landing that's properly on land. Kerbal operating system, that's the one, yeah. Every time I see a replay of the booster catch, it never ceases to amaze me. It'll never get old, like, I'll never get tired of seeing that. Not ever. It's absolutely crazy. My re-entries are always very steep, 20 plus Gs, and I only stop heating at about 3 km. I should say I have turned the re-entry heating down to 50%. So we don't have too many disasters, and I don't have to keep redoing it over and over again. So there's that, but it's not too much of a thing. There is still heating, so if we're going far too fast, it'd still be a problem, I suppose. Right, let's come back up. Kerbals are alive. and probably the only flight where they've actually landed and been happy. Right, so I'm thinking about hang on, let me prioritize that a second. We can definitely do this. We need to get ourselves into a proper orbit, so we need a little bit more fuel on the upper stage, on the second stage, and I think that's it, and that's our proof of concept completed, which I'm happy enough just to leave it as that and then start working on it. Beautiful landing, yeah. Oh, that was a lovely landing. I love he's not in the chat tonight, but this was high society, science of high society, or society of high sciences. There's a lot of S's. It was his idea to put a reaction wheel up under this heat shield, because before we were getting so much tumbling, and every time the engines lit it was just firing off everywhere, so that was down to him. Okay, beautiful. Oh, I've got to recover the vehicle this time, haven't I? Recover vessel. Maybe add emergency parachutes and lose the grid fins. This I really didn't want to put parachutes on this one. That was the whole reason for making this or doing all these tests. But what I kind of do want to try, this would be for tomorrow, so an initial landing booster, so it will land with parachutes, not be a suicide burn landing, but I do believe you can make a sub-assembly, and if I have a what's it called, the proto thingy, the onboard engine, the onboard computer or whatever it is, the thingy, this thing. If I put that onto the booster, then I can switch back to the booster after it's detached, and then open up the parachutes as it's falling back to Earth, put some landing legs on it, and then hopefully I should be able to press land somewhere and it will just land upright, hopefully, under parachute power. And then I think we'll work on a version, once I've looked at all the mods and things and what we need to do, then work on a proper suicide burn one, just like SpaceX, I think. Plenty of gas to go hover around and visit the crowd. Hell yeah. Did you see where is my rocket gone? Oh, it's disappeared. Okay. It was on, wasn't it? Yeah. You want to see how much thrust to weight we've got on these upper stages. It's absolutely insane. So we start off with 4.19 thrust to weight ratio at ground level, thanks to all these engines. Then once we've lost these two boosters, we've got 10.22, and then my favourite bit, 6.66, and then 7.32, because last night I was having so much trouble getting this thing into orbit. I just went way overkill on the thrust to weight ratio just to make that second stage be there in time before the apoapsis. So yeah, it would probably, you wouldn't be very comfortable doing that at all, but luckily the Kerbals are made of tougher stuff than we are. Right, so I think that'll be the mission for tomorrow, guys. Let me I'll write that down, because I'm starting to get a lot of things that I've got to keep track of now, and it really helps. So that's names there. Tomorrow targets is landing the main booster, and landing at our capsule on the launch pad, or failing that, because failure is always an option, somewhere else that's designated. So some other launch pad that's in there, something, because that might be a little bit easier than coming straight back to where we were, maybe. Pulling a lot of G's, yeah, so many G's, man. You'd be crushed into the back of your seat with that amount of thrust. It would probably just shake the whole thing apart, wouldn't it? I would imagine. I'll probably be here tomorrow. Great, it'll be awesome to see you back tomorrow. I'm properly enjoying doing these live streams and talking to you guys, man. Like, I've literally been looking forward to it all day, and we come to about 10 minutes before I was about to start live streaming. I was like, I'll just start the live stream now, and if people come in we can chat before it starts, and I'll make a cup of tea and stuff. It's like, really got to say thank you to you guys, because you're all awesome people. Everyone's really nice in the chat, and there's no, there's no silly business or anything like that. Everyone's really courteous to each other and helpful. I've seen you guys answer each other's questions and stuff, so it really feels like we're building a nice community here. I know where a lot of you are from. I'm on America. I'm not sure how many people are from America, but I would guess it's the majority. I'm on American time pretty much. Everybody I talk to lives in America. All my friends live in America, so I'm on American time in Britain. So I'm always about when you're probably able to like sit down and watch, so that's pretty good. I used to do some, I think I did my other live streams on UK time, and there's just never really many people in the UK that are up or want to watch live streams, so Arch awesome. I didn't finish that other pad. Awesome. Ooh. I'm sure I'll be here as well. It's a nice relaxing stream. Thank you, man. That was the goal. Relaxation. The Russian guy that was in here last night, I started to talk about let's say topics that are relevant at the moment to do with that place, and I wasn't trying to like start talking about that stuff or get political or anything. I went overboard on trying to say you're welcome here, because I've seen them in a lot of chats, like a Russian person says it or makes it very clear that they're from Russia, and then people like jump on them. But it's nice to see there's none of that, and I just wanted him to know that whoever you are, wherever you're from, you're always welcome in this, and there's going to be no sort of mickey taking or ridicule or anything like that, because it's a space game and we're not about that when we play space. There's not until recently has there been any sort of kind of political division between anybody when it came to space. It's only very recently that kind of thing's happened, and where we can, I think we should just not entertain it at all, because we've all got our personal views, but it's not the we don't need to talk about them all day and that sort of stuff. It's nice to have stuff that unites us all and chills us all out and relaxes us. Alright guys, oh, let me save that. And actually, before I go, we're going to rename Blackrod, because I did say at the beginning that the first person into the stream would have it. So like I said as well, I'll be naming everything after subscribers. I've got to name one rocket after the guy that came up with the idea for the reaction wheel, because we wouldn't be right here right now. We wouldn't have progressed this far at all without that guy. So that's awesome. Chris Gage is an awesome like word to put in a rocket name somewhere, so I'm sure we'll be using that as well. Meow, the meow rocket, you know, something a bit that would be cool. What did I say? Meredith. What's Meredith's name? Put caps lock on. Meredith 1, Meredith 69. Awesome. Oh, that's not in caps. I want it in caps. Keyboard stopped working. Yeah. It's weird. Alright. There you go for that one. Alright, awesome. Thank you guys for coming back yet again. It's really nice to see you come back night after night. It's really fun, really fun, and I have to say I'm enjoying these live streams a hell of a lot more than I thought I was going to. And it's I was a bit down in the dumps maybe before I started doing this, and it's like pulled me up level. I feel level and I feel motivated in the day to get stuff done again. So feeling good, and it's thanks to you guys, so thank you for that. Thank you for liking the stream. I think I've seen people liking that. There's a lot of likes on the stream yesterday. It's been a long time since I've had so many views on videos. It's really motivating me, so thank you for that. Right guys, I'm gonna go make some food. I'm gonna go and play with my dog for a little bit, and I'll see you tomorrow night. I've got a lot of research ahead of me tomorrow with mods and stuff like that, so when we start the stream I should be pretty much set up, ready to go. Let's put that back there, and then I'll go. I always find it hard to end the live stream. Alright guys. Good night Chris, good night Meow, good night Mr. Shouter if you're still here, good night Meredith if you're still here, and I'll see you tomorrow. I like this, awesome man, I'm glad you enjoyed. I'll just show you this mod list again quickly before I go. I wanted to show you that a lot of these aren't needed at all if you're looking into getting the game. You don't, well, with a lot of the mods, a lot of these are just stuff I added extra as well, that they were suggestions, and I thought, oh, that would be cool just to have, but I probably don't use them. There are things in here like vapor vent that I will use at some point, a little vapor thing that you put on the side of the rocket, makes it look a bit more realistic. We've got the Boca Chica launch site as well. I can't remember doing that, downloading that. Alright, okay guys, take it easy. I'll see you tomorrow night, same time, same place. What do I use for the text? I use a mod called Conformal Decals. and that gives you a flag and a text box, so you can change all the text and you can choose a flag out of your normal flags and stuff like that. Alright guys, had fun. I'll see you tomorrow, and take it easy. Have a good night everybody. So good night.